Today we're looking at the second horseman of the apocalypse for back pain, which is sitting all day. Now I know lots of people do sit all day and it's their job and that's the way it is, but there's lots you can do to prevent it. Why is sitting so bad? There's a saying now in our profession that sitting is the new smoking. In other words, it will shorten your life by several years unless you take specific steps to avoid that, which I'm going to tell you about now. So if you do sit all day, first thing is get a standing desk. Just stand up. It's so much better. Because when you're sitting down, the joints are jammed together. There's no lubrication. The muscles are doing absolutely nothing, so they get really weak. And then it's just, you're hiding to nothing. Now, when you're 20, you may get away with it. But as you go on, as years go by, your muscles weaken as you get older, your bone density goes down, your mobility gets worse, your agility decreases, it's just getting worse and worse. So the thing you do is get a standing desk now and spend most of the day standing up. If you can't do that, or you haven't got room for it, or you can't afford it, or whatever, there's other things you can do. One is to say, get up every 30 minutes and have a little stretch. I'm going to show you next week some exercises, and they will include a stretch to do every 30 minutes, which will keep you moving, and that will stop most of the damage being done. If you do that, stand up and stretch for a minute every 30 minutes. If your boss comes over and says, why are you doing this? Say, well, number one, it's going to make me healthier, so I won't have time off sick with back pain. Number two, it's going to help my immune system, so I won't be off with a cold or flu. Number three, it's going to help my oxygen levels, my concentration, so I'll do a better job. And number four, I'll just live longer rather than have a shortened life. And number five, why aren't you doing it too? If you have the relationship with your boss, you could say that. So that's one suggestion. Another one is to sit on not an office chair, but a gym ball. Those great big balls, gymnastic balls. Because if you sit on that, whereas you can slouch in a chair and get really lazy, on the ball you have to use your muscles in your back, otherwise you'll fall off, especially if it's pumped up quite hard. So that's one way. Now some people tell me they feel ridiculous when they're sitting on one of those. Well, I'd rather live longer and feel ridiculous than sit in a chair, but that's a personal choice. Another thing you can do is use a kneeling chair. Those chairs where you kneel on them, so you're not laying back on there and your back's straight. They do work, but you don't want to sit on that all day long, because that actually is just as bad for your back if you do it all day long. But the ideal is spend an hour on the kneeling chair, an hour on a normal chair or a gymnastic ball, even better, and an hour standing up with the standing desk. So to vary it, if you can vary it, all the muscles get a rest from the strain of one way of sitting. So that's the best way. Just keep varying it. But the main thing is just get out of that chair as often as you can. Thank you for listening.